Morning, everyone. Welcome to our MConnect's October webinar. We are going to start shortly, and today's topic is holiday marketing strategies. We hope you can see my screen, and we're going to start in a couple of minutes. All right, in a couple more minutes, we're going to start our webinar, guys. So please give us a couple more minutes. Thank you. All right. Morning, everyone. Again, welcome to our October's webinar series. This is our monthly webinar that we do around marketing, small business, restaurant marketing. And this month's topic is holiday marketing strategies in 2020. We thought that this would be an apt topic given the current scenarios in terms of we're experiencing, COVID, social distancing, and all the other stuff, and emphasis on technology piece. So in the coming slides, we will be talking mostly around how you as a small business, again, we will be giving examples around our clients, which are restaurants. We will be talking mostly that restaurants can learn and adapt and adopt in this trying situations. And we hope everyone is safe out there, doing whatever they can in terms of social distancing and other CDC guidelines out there. All right. So again, feel free to ask any questions with regards to whatever we are talking on these slides. And if not, you can always send us an email at marketing@mconnect.com. Briefly about us, we started the company in 2015 with an emphasis on restaurants, data-driven marketing strategies, accountability, and customer engagement. A few of our clients, they are listed in here. And then our emphasis, as we said, it's all about customer engagement, and we divide the customer engagement in 5 phases, and we call this as an A2A model. So in all our presentations, in all our materials, and also in examples, we will be talking about the A2A model, about the particular phase in terms of, like, if it is in loyalty phase, what kind of marketing strategies or implementation steps that a restaurant can adopt or implement in order to get the maximum results. So we will be using the term A2A customer engagement model or A2A model or any of these customer stages quite frequently. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to raise them over here, or you can also send us an email as well. So we will be mainly talking about the holiday marketing. And again, when we talk about holiday marketing, it starts obviously October, November, December are the peak periods when it comes to businesses, given the fact that it's holiday season starts with your it starts with Halloween, and then with Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year ends with New Year. So these 3 months are pretty crucial, and it's most of the businesses. Again, I'm saying in terms of from a business standpoint of view, most of the businesses they do maybe 40 or 50% of their business in these 3 months, and that means you need to basically make sure that you are taking care of a lot of things in terms of hiring, in terms of inventory, in terms of marketing, in terms of community involvement, and all these kind of things. You need to basically make sure that you are prepared. And again, given 2020 is completely different from what we have done in the previous years, and that's where the issue is in terms of making sure that we can excuse me, we can focus on in terms of like what you as a restaurant can do in terms of making the maximum out of these trying situations, right? um, Again, as we said, there are multiple aspects of the current scenario, in the sense that you have the customers basically changing their behavior in terms of dining in or dining out or carry out, and contactless delivery and all those kind of things. That means there is a change in the customer behavior. There are certain regulations and that are actually imposed by the local governments, by the state and federal government. So that means you as a small business, you need to make sure that you are taking care of this one. And then the other aspect is even your suppliers, your employees, and all these the other people within your ecosystem are also impacted, in the sense that you cannot just go ahead and hire someone right off the bat. They have to have some COVID testing done, and what happens if someone is COVID positive, and all those kind of things, and what happens if one of your supplier has to, because of some reasons, shut down, or whatever be the case, right? So given there are so many uncertainties, this holiday season is not what we have faced in 2019 or 2018 or even before. So, and we are hoping that next 2021 we will not be talking maybe bits and pieces of this one, but in 2020 there are certain a lot of dynamics which have actually changed, right from customer behavior to employee behavior and your supplier behavior. So we kind of actually have to take all these into account, and then when we talk about how you as a small business can accommodate all these changes, that's what we're going to talk in the new again, the emphasis is on the technology piece of things, right? It is a fact that if you are not doing anything related to technology in terms of digital stuff, online ordering and all those kind of things, you are already behind the pack, in the sense that like by this time you should have had your own online ordering, your website should be spick and span, you should have your social media presence, you should actually have email marketing and all these kind of the digital bundle, or the whole package, what we call, that should have been implemented and ready to go for this holiday season. And we are assuming that you are already there. If not, please reach out to us, and we can talk more in terms of how we as mConnect can help you reach to that goal, right? And we're going to talk in terms of like 5 different aspects of things that we're going to actually talk. And again, the whole point of this webinar is for us to give you examples and some tips and tools for you to kind of prepare for this, and make sure that you are ready in case of any emergencies, in terms of any unforeseen conditions that you might face. Again, please bear in mind, whatever we are talking here in terms of the examples and all those kind of things might be valid, might not be valid for all situations, and we might not even have foreseen some situations. And it would be great if you have come across some things that we are not listing here. Maybe you can actually help us educate your fellow restaurateurs or marketing agencies who can kind of incorporate those learnings from your situations. So again, it is all about preparation to make sure that you're ready for this, making sure that you are leveraging your digital platforms, and making sure that you have the right inventory. You're basically focusing on the holiday specials and all those kind of things. How you can gear towards the community involvement, and then basically with all these aspects of things, in the sense that your operations in terms of your dine-ins or whatever be the case is ready, in terms of your digital footprint, in terms of digital operations, it's ready, in terms of your inventory management, specials, and all those kind of things is ready, and then your community involvement, all these four aspects. Once you are ready with these things, then how should you go about promoting these different aspects of your holiday marketing, right? So the very first thing is making sure that your restaurant is ready for your dine-in, pickups, and all those kind of things, right? In terms of, again, when we talk about restaurants and customer experience, right? We say that there are three aspects to the whole restaurant, from a restaurant marketing or restaurant management perspective. We talk about food, we talk about customer service, and then we talk about ambience. So people who want to, obviously in these trying situations, some of the people, they still want to go out and dine in and make sure that they are having good times. And so for you as a restaurant, you need to make sure that you are focusing on these three aspects, in terms of making sure that you have the right dining experience, you have the right, obviously, this food specials and all those kind of things. And again, from an ambience point of view, you need to make sure that you can cheer up your customers. Again, bear in mind, everyone is stressed, right from you as a restaurant owner, to a marketing agency, to your customers, and all those kind of things. But it is kind of, you can call it as a calling or your solemn duty to kind of put your best foot forward. So you are kind of giving a respite to your guests who are walking into the door, to have some cheer or some kind of hope when they're dining in at the restaurant, right? So that means you need to make sure that these are the five, six things that you need to make sure that you are kind of looking after, in terms of safety, in terms of contactless menus, in terms of seating plans, right? And then also, if you have reservations, or people can wait list and all those kind of things. And definitely the ambience kind of things, right? In the sense that, like, you need to make, again, the emphasis is like, someone, again, I'm just giving an example, right? Halloween is coming. Can you decorate your restaurant with a lot of cobwebs or spiders or something spooky, so people can, when they walk in, again, the emphasis is, again, these are testing times, trying times. How can you, as a restaurant owner or marketing agency, can help your um, customers, or or your clients, to kind of like prepare for this kind of this one, right? So in terms of, again, as we said, there are six things that you need to do. This first one is the safety guidelines. Make sure that you are, without fail, safety comes first, in the sense that, like, if and that means, if you follow these guidelines, in terms of, if you go beyond the guidelines that are listed by your local government or CDC or state government, right? Make sure that you follow these guidelines and you promote them, and you tell your clients, your customers, saying that you as a business, you are putting your customers' safety first, right? So that means you are doing whatever you can in terms of making sure that all the necessary precautions are taken care of, in terms of wiping down the surfaces, regular cleaning, making sure that everyone is masked. If these are the guidelines, again, please make sure that you follow your state, local, and CDC guidelines. And if you think that you want to go beyond, whatever you can, please go ahead and do that, and make sure that your customers, your people, I mean to say, like your employees, everyone can have the sense of confidence saying that yes, this business really wants to make sure that the customers, the employees, the suppliers, and everyone within your organization is safe, right? So that means, again, as I said, it is making sure that you are looking in terms of having to do with your seating arrangement as well, right? In the sense that, again, as per CDC guidelines, you need to have 6 feet distancing. So is it possible? And some places, like for example, in the state of Texas, they have actually said 75% seating capacity. Now, in state of Florida, it is 100% seating capacity. Maybe in state of California, there is no seating at all, if I remember it correctly. Same case maybe in New York, it's just outside or patio dining, or maybe a little bit of restricted dining as well. So make sure that you are like following the guidelines, and then in terms of making sure that you have these seating saying that okay, this seat is reserved or you cannot sit on this seat, and all those kind of things, and making sure that all your including your doorknobs, your bathrooms, your, if you have like menus, all these are disinfected and cleaned on a frequent basis. And make sure that whenever you're doing this, kind of take some videos, take some pictures and post them, right? Whenever you're disinfecting, try to see if you can go live on Facebook and say, hey, it's 10:45 a.m. We are doing our disinfecting at 10:45 a.m. And maybe again put your schedule on maybe some place where people can see it and say, okay, this is the schedule that the customers are following, and random basis try to see, go live and kind of see if there's anything that you can do. And other aspect is, a lot of people are like, from your employees point of view, if you can have, if it is like a fast casual, right, where people come into the to for pickup or place an order, make sure if you have some kind of plexiglass or any kind of a thing that you can put between your employees and the staff and all those kind of things. Excuse me. Again, make sure that whatever you are doing, it has to come safety first, and obviously convenience as well for the customers and for your employees. You don't want people to kind of like jump hoops and other things to basically just to come and sit down. But at the same time, you cannot totally disregard your safety, and make sure that you are following the safety protocols and all those kind of things, right? And then in terms of, again, from a right now it is all about contactless dining. I mean to say, when we say contactless dining menu, right, like if you look at this one, when people enter this one, they'll first touch the doorknobs, then they will go, and if they're sitting, they're looking at the menus, or if they're standing at the counter, they're like looking at the menu. So try to see if we can actually have QR code menus. When they scan it, it will just go to your website. It's to be very frank, the QR code menus is very easy. There are tons of QR code this one's out there which can actually generate the QR codes for free, and all you have to do is myrestaurant.com/menu, copy this URL, go to a QR code generator, put it, and you get this QR code. And you don't have to be very fancy. To be very frank, take a picture of this one, put it on a piece of A4 paper and say my menu, and just print it out, right? As in, like, people, the basic purpose of this one is just to make sure that it is a QR code where people can scan it, or you can also say that myrestaurant.com/menu for people to type in if they do not have QR code. Most of the smartphones have it, but in case if you don't have it, you have an option for people to go. And even if people want to say that, okay, I want to have a menu, give them a menu and make sure that you wipe it off after it. As in, like, all the menus have to be wiped on a continuous basis in terms of if it's like a reusable menu and all those kind of things, right? Again, bear in mind you are trying to make sure that the customers are they feel safe. You are making sure that your employees feel safe and all those kind of things. Again, the QR code menu is not a big deal. Uh, People are like, and obviously there are a lot of companies out there which are kind of making sure that it's a big deal kind of a thing. It is very very in the sense that you just kind of like just send it's very easy for you to kind of like do it, right? 1 second, guys. Sorry about that. And then again, as we said, right, like you actually have other technologies where people can actually have in terms of like, is it possible for me to have maybe when I'm actually when I'm standing in line, can I actually place an order, or is it possible for me to go online and have reservations and all those kind of things? Again, please make sure that there are like maybe your point of sale system provides this table reservation systems, or you can actually go and get to open table, or there are other sources, or if you want, you can just like put just a form on your website saying that, hey, submit the information and we're gonna actually get back to you about what time you want, whether it is possible and all those kind of things, right? So please make sure that you are taking care of all these digital options that digital options that are there, and that you actually take full advantage of that one, right? Again, from a reservation point of view, right, you need to make sure whether you have reservations or not. If you have reservations, how many people maximum you can allow, right, within a party, right? And is your staff very well aware of the reservation policies? If reservations are allowed, how do you plan to do that? Do they have to call you, or can they go online and do the reservations? And if the reservation is for like 7:30, then the entire party has to be there by 7:15 or by maximum of 7:30, or else the reservation would go away. Again, the assumption is that like you don't want people to kind of, if the reservation is at 7:30 and come at 7:45, and obviously there will be a lot of issues in the sense that um, um, there are a lot of issues. Saying someone comes at 7:45 and say, okay, why did you not have my reservation? So those policies have to be very very clear in terms of these things, right? In terms of like why if there are any issues, how employee should handle and all those kind of things, right? Um, and then again, make sure that all these things you are like promoting in front of the customer, as in like putting it, uh, um, putting it in front of in front of the customer, right? In the sense that you are making all these cleanings, you're also having this reservation policy and all those kind of things, and you need to make sure that you are posting it on social media, on Facebook, on in email marketing, in the store, right, on the website, and all those kind of things, and make sure that you create different kinds of content in the sense that it could be posters, it could be videos, it could be images, it could be maybe gifs and all those kind of things, right? um, so again, making sure that the very first aspect of things, right, in the sense that you need to make sure that you are taking care of all the operational issues, in the sense making sure that your restaurant is ready for dine-in, and then the reservation policies and all those kind of things. Now, That is as far as the dine-ins are concerned, or pickups. Again, making sure that if you have a holiday, a lot of people may be actually having pickup or delivery done. So if you have a delivery, make sure that you are staffed properly. Or if you are partnered with third-party delivery, make sure that like they are also, again, um, the assumption is that during this holiday season, you might face a lot of delivery orders. And if you depend on third party delivery, there might be a chance that, again, I'm saying a might be a chance that the deliveries will be delayed. So you should let your customers know that, saying that, hey, listen, like once you place an order and the DoorDash guy comes after 2 hours, it's not our responsibility. It's very easy for us to say that it's not your responsibility, but believe us, you will be facing these kind of situations where the DoorDash basically delivers after 2 hours. The customer is posting a one-star review saying that the food is like very bland or it is cold or something like that. And then at that point of time, obviously, it is not your fault. Let's assume you made your soup. It is cold out there, and the DoorDash guy comes after 2 hours. He delivers the soup, and the soup is like now frozen cold. Now, what do you do at that point of time? In the sense that, like, you have to go back, and there has to be some kind of policies and some kind of like saying that, listen, like, if an order is delayed and all those kind of things, now, again, you can either say tell that up to the front the customer saying that, hey, the order is ready within 30 minutes. We made the call, and these are the details, because you already would have this one. And obviously, you have to make sure that someone makes that call to the customer saying that your order is ready within 30 minutes. As we said, the DoorDash guy did not come in the next 5 minutes, right? What do you want us to do? Either then at that point of time, the customer either has to come to the store or acknowledge the fact that, like, okay, I will wait, let the DoorDash guy come after 2 hours, and then obviously even after that, if they put a one-star review, or the customer says that I'm not happy with the food or it does not taste well and all those kind of things, you have to make sure that there are no serious repercussions out of this, or make sure that you hire some delivery drivers just for the holiday demand, and make sure that you actually take that into effect, right? So, and that's what we are talking about, the customer demands, in the sense that in this time you would actually have a lot of changes, in the sense that more and more people might not be interested to come into the dine-in, and they might be placing to go orders, they might be placing delivery orders, and all these kind of things. So what do you do in that scenarios, right? In the sense that, obviously, first of all, you need to make sure that you have your online ordering set up properly. So we always tell this to all our customers, right? End of the day, the third party platforms like Uber Eats, DoorDash, Grubhub, or Yelp, or any of these are supposed to be feeding into your website. So you need to make sure that they are coming to your website to place an order, not your customer coming to your website and then being redirected to another this one, right? So and if it is for delivery, you can always say that, okay, for delivery, go to DoorDash or something like that. But again, still, end of the day, given the fact that DoorDash does not share any customer information, that's a challenge for you. But to start with, make sure that you have your own delivery, I mean to say your own online ordering channel set up, and your website is already set up. All your social media channels are set up with the right links and all those kind of things. And if you need any help or anything like that, feel free to contact us. We can help you with our Food Connect, which has integrations into multiple point of sale systems, right? And make sure that people can check out fast and all those kind of things. And in terms of promoting the online ordering, right, please make sure that, again, when we talk about promoting the online ordering, not just the links, but also have some offers, and make sure that all the links are available on multiple channels, in the sense that, like, you go onto Facebook, you can basically say order food as one of the buttons that you actually have. You go to your Instagram, in your profile, you can actually say order food in there, right? You go to your Google, basically enable online ordering links on your Google site, on your website, and on your mobile site. It should be a one. Again, when we talk about websites, your mobile site has a one-click button that would say that order online. And then in all your emails, in all your communications, make sure that you have a CTA, call for action, saying that, hey, click here to place an order online, right? And you reiterate this point over and over and over again, saying that place an order online. And then once you do that, one people will be able, they are able to basically place an order online. And then the follow on would basically be, how do you make sure that if it is a pickup order, right? Can you make sure, again, we are talking pickup in terms of your customers and also from a delivery standpoint, which we're going to come, right? Is it possible for your customers to call you when they are at the store, and will someone be able to attend the call? Or can you actually have any kind of, if you have an app or a near field communications, some kind of a thing where you say that, okay, I'm right here outside waiting for the order to pick up, and all those kind of things. And then making sure that your employees are trained and you actually have a right approach, in the sense that, okay, if you are in downtown and you have a busy place and all those kind of things, make sure that you set up a parking spot just for to go orders or pickup orders, so that people don't have to wait in line trying to find the right parking spot. And then for your employees also, it's easy for them to go to that particular parking spot and provide the food to the right customer, right? Or else they would be like trying to search for that particular car, where they are, and all those kind of things. So as in, again, making all these things, making sure that you have on the parking spot the right decals and all those kind of things, so that others are not actually parking there, and all those kind of things, right? And making sure that they would be towed, and all those kind of decals have to be put on that parking spot, right? So again, making sure that your online ordering is set up, making sure that if someone wants to do to go in terms of curbside picking or drive through pickup and all those kind of things, right? And then it's just that also that, like, once you actually have this, then you need to make sure that it could be delivery as well. Again, the assumption at this point of time is that you would actually have a lot of online delivery orders that will actually happen, right? In the sense that, like, given the fact that people want to basically enjoy with friends and family and all those kind of things, either tie up with the third party delivery systems. And again, as we talked early on, if you're tying up with them, please make sure that the customers understand that, like, delivery is not, once they place an order, they understand that, like, the delivery, these people actually have to it could be delayed, and that you're not responsible for it, and also have a backup delivery driver in case if something happens and the customer says that, okay, I want to place an order online or through your delivery. If it's DoorDash and there has to be something like it's a big order that you want to go ahead and deliver, and all those kind of things, right? Again, if it is a contactless delivery and all those kind of things, right? Again, please make sure that you ramp up your delivery mechanism in terms of, if the DoorDash guy comes and wants to pick up the order, there has to be a separate queue for them, so that they are not waiting in line. If you actually have uh, um, if you actually have a longer wait times, then you need to make sure that you contact the customer saying that, hey, listen, like, your food is ready, but your DoorDash delivery driver or Uber Eats driver or Grubhub or your local delivery driver is not there, and all those kind of things. So how to make sure that you are taken care of, right? And then obviously, again, end of the day, if the order, if they're looking for contactless delivery or contactless pickup and all those kind of things, you make sure that you are prepared for that. Again, few things in here. So you need to make sure that your employees are very well trained. Then then your customers are also educated on the process of how contactless delivery works, or how the pickup works, or on all those kind of things, right? So making sure that you have the right set in terms of we talked about like how to make sure that your dine-in customers are taken care of. Then we talked about how your online ordering has to be taken care of, and then we are focusing. The third aspect is on the holiday specials, and obviously, again, holidays are basically to bring cheer and all those kind of things. And what kind of holiday specials do you want to run? Um, Given the fact that they are not going to have mass gatherings, again, there might be small family gatherings and all those kind of things. Is it possible for you to come up with those kind of holiday specials, right? In terms of what kind of holiday specials you can come up with, for example, what kind of menu items you have to come up with, right? And is it possible for you to kind of promote all these offers through multiple medias? And then obviously, in terms of when we talk about holiday caterings, right? It could be, there might be some people who want to do a big parties and all those kind of things, or it could be some kind of like after party, or maybe given the elections and all those kind of things, they want to do some vote watching or counting and all those kind of things. Again, we are not getting into the politics of things, but we are talking about what gatherings can happen that you as a restaurateur can go after, or your marketing agency can help your clients to go after, right? Again, in terms of emphasis also has to be on the gift card. So all these things, making sure that you have a menu, like for example, if you have if you have it on for the Halloween, can you come up with something with pumpkin spiced lattes, or pumpkin spice something, or having cobwebs on your salad or something? When we talk about cobwebs, I mean to say obviously something to do with that you can actually showcase that this is a special for Halloween and all those kind of things. Or can you come up with something to do with turkey, or Thanksgiving meals and all those kind of things, which are like family offers or combo deals and all those things, right? And again, it's not just coming up with these holiday specials, making sure that your customers know them, or you advertise them heavily, spend some dollars on ad budget, spend some dollars on maybe some local press and all those kind of things, right? When we talk about seasonal menu items, again, there are two things, right? One is like you need to make sure that the ingredients for the seasonal menus that are available. So that means you need to talk to your suppliers and all those kind of things. And then the second thing is also it is in line with your menu items, in the sense that, again, if you're a coffee shop, can you come up with a pumpkin spiced latte? Or if you're a breakfast place, can you come up with Halloween pancakes, or kids pancakes, or spooky pancakes, or something like that, right? Or if you have a soup that can be some kind of like weird looking. When I say weird looking, I mean to say like make it more like spooky kind of a soup and all those kind of things, right? Have a cauldron, black cauldron out where people can like pour the soup. Obviously, we don't want customers to touch it, but maybe someone employs this one, right? Again, making sure that you are promoting those seasonal menu items, right? And then you can also have some kind of like box or family lunch combos, right? Again, you want to make sure that it's all about family time, that you can actually promote, saying that, hey, be with your family, enjoy this meal of two pizzas plus one salad plus one drink plus one dessert for like $10 or something like that. Again, the assumption is that like some people want to celebrate these holidays with families, and or it could be Thanksgiving meals and all those kind of things, right? So so it's possible for you to kind of like making sure that we have these combo deals or meal trays, and promoting them as well, making sure that you are kind of promoting in terms of saying that, okay, this is what if it's a trick or treat, or if it's Thanksgiving or any other offer and all those kind of things. right? And again, please make sure that, for example, this is a Pizza Hut offer, right, from Halloween for Halloween, where they are saying, okay, it's a trick or treat event kind of a thing. Is it possible, as in like for them to get a trick or a treat? And obviously, it's always going to be having a treat, and then making sure that you are promoting that, as in like obviously we have another 22 days more left for Halloween. So you need to make sure that by this time you should have all the material out there promoting the offer for Halloween and what kind of seasonal menu you have and all those kind of things, right? And then try to see how what kind of ads you can run on social media. Is it possible for you to like again use local media and all those kind of things, right? And then if you are planning for any events, right? If it is a Halloween contest or a Halloween themed party, again, bear in mind when we are talking about any event within whatever your local guidelines actually state, right? Please make sure that those are the guidelines that you adhere to and make sure that all those things are safety comes first. But in every of these of approaches that we are talking about, please bear in mind, start with the safety first, and then all these things can come in place, right? If you plan to do any events, make sure that you have the right safety protocols in place, right? And maybe you can actually do this Cyber Monday or Black Friday, and obviously all these things you need to start taking care of, and then if possible, try to do anything on social media and all this kind of things, right? In the sense that is it possible for you to kind of have the events online, or can you do a social like maybe a get together online for customers to kind of come and have fun and all those kind of things, right? um, some of the things, right? Like, is it possible for you to have in-store contests, right? Like set up an angel tree and ask people to give back to the community, right? Or have some kind of a weird looking or some kind of a this one and have people to take a selfies of that and post it on social media and have a photo contest on that one, right? Or you can actually have some kind of a in-store contest where you can set up like things where people when they're dining in they can do these kind of as in like a picture with a zombie or something like that, right? Or you can also have something to do with online contest in the sense that for one of our clients what we have done again, if some of the local schools are open and they're running, maybe you can actually reach out to them and say that, okay, decorate your classrooms. And we actually have done with one of the places where all the classrooms they have decorated there for Halloween. We had the pictures of each of the classrooms posted on Facebook and had a Facebook photo contest, and we actually have got such a good results in terms of obviously we have for the class which won the most maximum votes they were given a party. But again, given the current scenarios, maybe or maybe not given depending upon your school district, the schools are open or not open kind of a thing, right? And you can also have a Christmas photo contest, like a Christmas tree photo contest, or Halloween. A lot of people have pets and they want to dress up their pets in Halloween costumes or something like that. Maybe you can actually have a pet photo contest and all those kind of things, right? So again, bear in mind you are trying to engage your customers as much as possible through these contests. And then obviously in terms of your holiday parties or caterings, um, some are happening and maybe on a limited scale. So try to see if there's anything that you can actually do in order for you to get to those holiday parties or caterings, and see if we can actually have if you can actually have some kind of if possible, again, try to see if you can come up with a holiday catering menu and say that per person or per X number of people, this is what we're going to do and all those kind of things, right? Again, please bear in mind, you want to make sure that like you are trying to make sure that you are adhering to these guidelines, safety guidelines, and at the same time trying to drum up a business in terms of having different avenues, holiday parties, and all those kind of things, right? And then the most important thing we feel are the gift cards, right? The gift cards, by far right now, most of the people want to give out gift cards and all those kind of things. And at the same time, you might also want, this is like kind of a you can say future investment into your this one, right? Like saying that, hey, can you connect to I mean to say, can you give out an offer on gift cards, like a $50 gift card just for $40 or something like that, right? So that's where the you can come up with any kind of a deal or anything like that. And is it possible for you to have a digital gift card? All right, if it's possible, then maybe again open table is one good option for you to have a digital gift card. Then, or is it possible for you to have a physical gift card, and is it integrated with your point of sale system? So someone swipes the gift card, is it possible for them to kind of like know the balance and just redeem it and all those kind of things, right? So please bear in mind the gift cards is an exquisite opportunity for your restaurant to kind of like drum up business as well. And again, there have been a lot of studies done where it shows that most of the gift cards are not used, and they're just sitting in the drawers for a very, very long time, right? Again, as we said, make sure that people have ample opportunities to buy the gift card online. So we have one of our clients, what they have done is like they have gift cards, they have physical gift cards. So someone places an order and they have to give a shipping address, and they basically ship these gift cards out. And it just, obviously you might be thinking it's a little bit tedious, but end of the day, rather than having some complex online gift card, a physical gift card by itself reminds them that, okay, there is this particular restaurant called Italian Cafe, and I need to basically go there and have my lunch or dinner or something like that. And if possible, if you can actually have a gift card in terms of an online where people can do it for with online ordering is also a different option for you, right? So again, we talked so far in terms of making sure that your restaurant is ready, coming up with the holiday menu, holiday this one, and making and holiday offers. And then we talked about making sure that your online presence is done. The fourth thing that you can actually do in order for you to prepare for this holiday seasons is trying to do with the community, right? Again, in this one, it is all about creating co-marketing activities, and most of the people are charitable at this point of time, trying to see how you can actually work with local organization in terms of organizing a fundraiser and all those kind of things, right? And then trying to see if you can actually work with them, right? So here, like for example, is it possible for you to kind of like collaborate with local businesses? For example, is it possible for you to collaborate with your next door dry cleaner, saying that, hey, show them the receipt from here and get a free dry cleaning done for your shirt, or something like that? Or if basically someone gets their shirt dry cleaned, they show you the receipt, maybe you can give them 10% off or a free appetizer and all those kind of things. Again, just making sure that you are working with your fellow or your neighborhood restaurant, I mean to say, a business that you can actually collaborate with, and who's not obviously a direct competitor, to kind of like create these co-marketing activities, right? Again, making sure that you are working with a co-marketing where they see a benefit. It's a kind of a win-win-win, in the sense it's a win for the customer who's basically getting a discount at these two establishments. It's a win for both the either of the establishments, because you are trying to push the customer to walk into the other business establishment because they have a coupon, and at the same time it is also causing kind of awareness factor, right? Like where we talked about the A2A model, right? Where it is re-emphasizing the fact that like there is this place called my restaurant where someone wants to go to that particular restaurant, right? Again, these are all again some of the examples that obviously bigger brands have done, but it's not just like limited to bigger brands. And again, from a restaurant perspective, you can actually do it at the local level, which we have seen has given a lot more kind of bang for the buck, right? Is it possible for you to basically work with local churches to give kids seat free? And we have seen at mconnect where we've partnered for our clients with local churches where a lot of them actually might be doing halloween events where you can actually say, and given that these are geared or focused on kids, maybe you can kind of come up with an offer saying that kids eat free on purchase of something, kind of a thing, right? Which follows back to this example. The other feature is basically giving back. A lot of customers, they want to give back at this point of time, whether it is for the local Salvation Army, local church, or trying to basically raise funds for the soup kitchen and all those kind of things. So maximize on those customer behaviors or customer patterns and try to see if you can partner with local nonprofits. So that means you need to try to see which are all the local nonprofits that are working, and it need not be just local nonprofits. It can be at the national level or something else as well. But getting to them at your location would be very hard. And then you can also tout the fact that like, hey, I'm working with this local nonprofit called Soup Kitchen, where all the money is basically going back into the local this one. Right. And then it's not, again, bear in mind when we talk about all these efforts, right? The emphasis has to be making sure that you are promoting them, you are spreading the word, you are basically making sure you are raising the awareness of all these efforts through multiple means and multiple times, multiple avenues and multiple times. So it reinforces that the fact that like your restaurant is doing something good for the community, and that you as a customer might want to give them a chance or might want to participate in these efforts, right? And then with all these things, again, that follows this point of saying that you need to make sure that you are promoting it, you are making sure that your staff is trained in terms of all these, like we talked about safety precautions, we talked about online ordering, digital efforts, digital offers, and all those kind of things, menu effort, right? But then we actually talked about partnering with the local staff. So that means if you are talking about all these aspects, you need to make sure that you are hiring the staff and training them and making sure that if someone comes to the door and says that, hey, I have this coupon which says that free pumpkin spice latte if I spend $10, then you should not, the employee should not put a blank face saying that I don't know about this offer, I'm sorry, I cannot give you this offer, kind of a thing, right? So you need to make sure that, again, given the fact that you might see a little bit more demand, not a little bit, actually, maybe, again, depending upon if it's online ordering, delivery, and all those kind of things, you need to make sure that you are hiring the staff. If you haven't already made the plans, please make sure that you're already making the plans of hiring the temp staff or augmenting your current staff and all those kind of things, right? And we have seen in a lot many cases that customers are having or clients are having difficulties in hiring the staff. So please make sure that you have plans to hire the staff and training them. It's not just hiring, also please making sure that, because customer experience comes with well-trained staff. If you have staff which you hire them today and you want them to perform miracles the very next day, it's not going to happen, right? So making sure that you actually do that stuff and making sure that you have the right inventory, right? Again, bear in mind, given all these trying conditions out there, there might be instances where you have to have some kind of agreement with your supplier saying that I need these kind of supplies. Will you be able to help me out? And again, please make sure that you have, for each of these things, have some kind of a contingency plan. What if kind of a scenario? What happens if someone tests positive? What if someone, if a customer is making a scene in terms of social distancing, or wearing masks, or whatever be the case? How will you handle that? So all these kind of scenarios you need to make sure, and make sure that you as a owner is present. Again, it boils down to the fact that if the owner is not present, it might lead to a lot of complications. And I'm talking more from a small mom and pop store kind of a thing, right? And obviously, if you are a profession, if you are a chain, then that means you have a general manager, you have a store manager, and all those kind of things. And make sure that they are taken to task in terms of or they are updated in terms of employee training and all those kind of things, right? And again, coming back to this inventory check, make sure that you talk to your employees well in advance and all those things, and you have the right amount and all those things, right? And wrap up, right? Like 2020 is a completely different scenario when compared with other holiday seasons. In other holiday seasons, it was easy to kind of do things. When we say do things, as in like all these marketing strategies that we talked about are more or less the same marketing strategies that you can implement in during other holiday seasons as well. But in 2020, they have to be done with a lot more diligence, with a lot more emphasis on safety first, and also the what if scenarios that actually have to have. You need to basically kind of like make sure that you accommodate all these what if scenarios. As again, we were talking about, what if a supplier calls you and says, hey, listen, like we cannot basically provide you with pumpkins because we have an issue with the pumpkins. Again, just giving an example, right? So, is it possible for you to go to a second supplier, or how will you communicate to the customers and employees, train them, saying that, hey, no more pumpkin lattes for the next 1 week or something like that, right? So, all these things have to be taken care of, and you cannot just do things on the fly. So you need to make sure that you, as an employee, as an owner, or as a marketing agency, advising your customers to be prepared with all these scenarios, and make sure that you are like looking at these digital channels and all those kind of things. So in a nutshell, make sure that you are well prepared for the holiday season, be safe, and make sure that you are spreading the cheer in terms of these trying times. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach us to marketing at mconnect.com, or you can call us at 619 Connect. And again, mconnect as a platform is a marketing platform that has different components. One of our components is our loyalty program, which is frequent. If you want any questions or how we can actually help you as a marketing agency or as a restaurant, please feel free to reach out to marketing at mconnect.com, and we'll be more than happy um, to kind of like help you or answer any of the questions that you might have, and how we can actually partner with you. Once again, it's the end of the time. Be safe out there. Happy holidays. And obviously, holiday season is there, or holiday season is coming up, and all those kind of things. First and foremost, be safe, have fun, and bring out cheer to your customers, to your employees, to your suppliers, and all those kind of things. All right, and thanks for joining this webinar. Again, in the month of November, we will have our monthly webinar where we will be coming up with a topic of essence, which is more relevant, maybe something which we will come up, and again, you can subscribe to our webinar on mconnect.com, so you will get updates, regular updates, and blog posts and all those kind of things. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach us out at marketing at mconnect.com. And thanks for joining us, and have a safe day, guys.